Okay, welcome to London Station. I'm playing more Minecraft today because I got things done that I needed to get done, and so I can. Oh, it's funny, I didn't do eyeshadow today, and like I could hugely tell the difference. That's wild. Good to know it actually matters. I just went with some eyeliner. So I'm gonna have to take it right back off anyway and go to work. Blah. Go find out that they probably still haven't issued me a locker, so that'll be fun. Also, this is all off from the singing. There. Anyway. Ugh, that's a good stretch. Anyway. Don't really have anything particular to talk about. Not in particular, except for maybe Defy the Gods and how I thought I missed the chance to buy the special edition. And then I realized I didn't miss the chance to buy the special edition, and then I was like, I should not buy the special edition. I need to be saving for other things right now. So, that didn't happen. Did not happen. Anyway, did I turn the music back on in the game last night? I did. Okay, we're going to go to the nether. And we're going to fix our tunnel. Not that it's broken, it's just not safe. It's not a safe place. Let's bring a ton of blocks. And fire resistance potions that we have now. Thanks to Hippo's encouragement. Got that done. We could actually do quite a few more, if I'm honest. Oh no, I can't. I don't have any more magma cream. Unless there's some hiding in one of these chests. There is not. Nope. But that's okay, because I don't want to fight those losers anyway. They're annoying. So annoying. Alright, I got food. I don't need to take 20 hay bales with me, though, that's for sure. I should have my bow out. Probably don't need a shovel. Okay. Let's go see if we die horribly. Having a good day. No, that's right. This is not the way to go. So first of all, the question is, do I want to make it easier to get to here? Less annoying. If I let's make the whole way nice. I might even break my rule here. I should have got a piece of gold armor. I'm going back. We're not going to be reckless this time. But I think I'm going to break my rule and turn up the gamma because the lighting in the nether is just so bad. It's always so bad. Alright, I'm going to try and focus on voice training today as well. Not that I'm necessarily doing any of it right. Hopefully I'm not reinforcing bad habits, but it shouldn't be that hard, right? Just think about brightness, and I find it's like speaking from the back of my throat kind of a thing. I don't know. I don't really want to do a chest plate, though. I want to do a helmet, so let's make one. And I kind of almost want to even enchant it so it doesn't, like, suck. Protection 4, perfect. Because we're losing fire protection 1 and unbreaking. Yep, that's how it be sometimes. I probably don't need to carry the diamond helmet with me, because if I die, I'll lose it. So we'll put it back. We will put it back. I think we're good to go. What's the worst that could happen? Lose everything? That's not even that bad, and we have pretty good infrastructure now. Especially if we want to start doing villager trading with our melons and pumpkins. So the path is going to go like this. And we are going to make it nice. Could even put stairs on there someday. Did not bring enough torches to make this, like, actually good, though. Not even close. Oh, you know what else I could do? I could bring gold to trade with these guys. That would be handy. Let's do it 2 wide across here. And then down. So let's just take this out. Now, we will make this stairwell not suck. Let me run along here. I'm going to find out I'm going the entire wrong way, too. That's how these things work. Nope, I was not going the wrong way. So we'll come here and probably cut down early so we can line this up. Not go too wide, so we'll start it right here. Okay. Keep going. Well, yeah, it's gonna have to get pretty low. Anyway, speaking of Defy the Gods, it's definitely a game that I want to get at some point, but I just have some other things I'm trying to be mindful of. Important things. Situation is not entirely ironed out. Although, wait. What day is it? It's Friday. I probably have a paycheck for my second job. That'll help. This is the sort of thing we need to make safer. Because I do not need to be walking next to exposed lava. I don't need that in my life. It'd be nice to actually replace this with this material, but that's not a today thing. I mean, maybe it is a today thing. On the way back, we can do that. I don't really need to go double wide on this. I just need to make it not a death trap. And the way we're going to do that is something very simple. I'm just going to put some safety rails in. So that I physically can't walk off into the lava. Could it be prettier? Yes. Will it be? No. Not yet. In fact, I could connect this railing all the way over. Would that look stupid? Maybe. This whole place is silly. I feel like I should just bridge straight across. Which is potentially dangerous, but maybe the danger is the point. Because this certainly is the wackiest way through here, and it's pretty dumb. Won't get knocked off into the lava. Probably. It won't be a very scenic view. Jeez, this goes on forever. My hair's stabbing me in the eye. Rude. Is new. I keep talking about streaming about Infinite Revolution Overdrive, but then I don't do it. I'm kind of craving streaming about Girl by Moonlight, if I'm honest, because I still haven't actually formally done that. This cuts right through. So let's actually have it cut right through. Let's go around the other side, though. Can I? Yes, this is the old stupid way. Here. We need to get to there. I can almost reach it already. straight. Okay, this will work. Not very elegant, but it'll do the trick. Okay, next segment. Appreciate it. Probably because I'm speaking softer than I normally am. But either way, I can balance that. I hope your certs are going well. Sorry there's so many. Jeez, 1100. That's a lot. Like I've told you, I do not deal with certs. Anytime something comes up with certs, I'm like, is this really a problem we need to fix? And then we justify how no, it's not really a problem we need to fix. I don't even know how you spawned in there. That's a stupid place for you to spawn, you bad guy. Oh yeah, well, I don't have any websites that need to work, so that's how I get around that problem. We do have a, what's it called? I'm so ignorant. I don't even know. I don't even know how I have the job I have. ISO? Is that what it's called? When you do the web management from a server? We have one for like this one weird little tiny specific thing. But as much as we can, we're getting like everything off of our servers and onto third-party hosted stuff. Because we just don't want to deal with it. And we can push the liability off onto third parties, which is great when you're government. Wow, Hippo was not kidding. This fire resistance is incredible. I've never used this when I'm fighting these things. I don't remember too. I think they can't spawn at a certain light level. I think it might even be worth just torch spamming this. Because I don't know... I don't even know really how to make one of these things. It's been a long time. I'm going to need a chamber that drops them into lava, and it's going to be a whole thing. So probably I'm going to want to take this down to a certain level. This is safe. I'll just do this. And just pick a spot. Call that the floor. I don't even know what these things are supposed to be. They sound like undead. Uh-oh. If I resist, not you resist. Jeez. Oh, I'm almost dead. Okay. Well, that went well. I was not watching my health very closely. Dang it. Okay, I will be right back. I'm going to go get something to drink, and then I will continue. In the meantime, watch my I just died screen. Okay, let's go save all our stuff. I'll put this on. And hey, I tried to change my skin, and it didn't work. I don't know how that's supposed to work. And we'll get to see how safely we actually made this place, or this trip. How safely? Whatever. I can't speak. Speaking and streaming are not compatible. This is already so much less stressful and perilous. I do not need to go up to go back down, though. I should smooth that out on the way back. I think I blocked myself in, though, so that my things didn't get yeeted into the lava. I think. We'll find out. Oh, you know what I forgot? I don't have any fire resistance potions with me. Okay, this will be the last time we have to rearrange our inventory. Because we don't die in this game anymore. Put that in there. I got that on my hotbar. And my bow. Cool. No harm, no foul. Oh, I gotta drink this though. That was almost bad. Yeah, you can shoot your fire at me all you want. I'm invincible. Let's see. Let's also dismantle some of this stuff because it's in the way. Things are so annoying. I don't know how you're ever supposed to like get enough peace and quiet to actually build something here. Okay, kind of got this going. It's like actually obnoxious. In there. I do need to at some point look up like what their spawn radius is so I know what I'm working with here. In the meantime, let's make sure we don't fall to our death. There's little holes in stupid places. Heard it. Where is it? gonna let those guys despawn and come back when it's settled down a little bit. I don't know if I went far enough away, though. Nope, I don't think I did. Let's put in some of this. This is absolute madness. Simply too much fire. Alright. We'll let them chill out for a minute. This will prevent spawning anyway, but I'm gonna try it. If it even just helps a little, it would be great. Uh-oh. Potion wore off. That's really bad news. Oh, geez. There we go. Okay, we got 8 more minutes. 8 more minutes to mess around in here before we have to go back. Is not necessary, but at least it'll make it easier to kill them. Alright, progress, progress, progress. Progress and making things look nice, kind of. be taking that much damage. So anyway, the idea here is to not die. Is that I should be able to stand close enough that both of these are active at the same time, and then I can trap them inside of a chamber that they can't get out of when they spawn. And then they can get funneled into a kill spot. And then I can just stand there and kill them. They will be unable to hit me. That is the design. Let's not get killed. As before, that's not the goal. Boy, these things hit hard. Okay, give myself a little break area here for when they are feeling themselves. Look at all of that. I don't know how you're ever supposed to be able to build this thing. Oops, I accidentally hit these guys, now they're mad at me. Please don't kill me. Time to run away. We are running away. They are chasing me. Oh. 2 minutes left on my fire resistance. Don't think I'm going to be able to get much more done. Oh my god, they're going to kill me. Some resilient dudes. Wow. They just kept coming. I actually need magma cream from you guys. perilous. Perilous, I say. And I didn't get any magma cream, so that sucks. Oh, my gold helmet's broken. Because of the beating I took. Over and over again. I only have 25 seconds left on it. Bummer. Oh man. It's just not my day. Not my day for that project. At least we made the path safe. That was the actual job. Come back with some stairs. Ow. Maybe don't run into the fire. Although, I really shouldn't come back until I can make some more fire resistance potions, so maybe I should make sure I do that first, too. Got plenty of blaze rods now. I thought there were a bunch of... There. No. There's a bunch of these guys, though. Well, that's not safe. I should not look out into the abyss. That's a bad move. Falls and surrounds you when you fall down, when you're scared and you're lost. Be brave. I'm coming to hold you now. And all your strength has gone. You feel wrong, like your life has slipped away. Follow me, you can follow me, and I keep you safe. Follow me, you can trust in me, I will protect you, my love. And when your heart is breaking, you can follow me, you can follow me. I will always keep you safe. Follow me, you can trust in me, I will protect you. Pure hearts stumble in my hands, they crumble and fragile and stripped to the core. I can't hurt you anymore. Loved by numbers, and losing life's wonders and straying like strangers detached. I can't feel you anymore. Comfort and warmth can't be found. I still reach for you, but I'm lost and crushed and cold and confused with no guiding light left inside. When your heart is breaking. I just switched songs mid-verse there. That was weird. I guess those songs are kind of similar. They're probably in the same key. I'm actually just trying to find some magma cubes, which are always around when I don't want them, and they're not here right now. So that's annoying. Oh, there's one. Way back up there. I don't even know how to get back up there. Oh, even better. Come get me, little guys. Okay, I need you guys to do better. Because I don't want your stuff going in the lava. Come on up. Ooh. No, that's experience points. Okay, that was brutal. That was brutal. I really got none out of that. Oh my gosh. I would be considered unimpressed right now. Unimpressed with myself even. Oh wow. That guy can jump far. I'm gonna do a jump so I know you're not gonna hit me out of the air. Can you just drop your loot, please? I got one. It's not a lot, but it's one. Okay, I guess now we can go home. figure out how to get back home. Now I actively don't want to fight these things because they're going to kill me. This looks promising. This looks very promising. It was incredibly painful to get one magma cream, but... Oh no. He's got a spear. Oh god. That was close. Almost died on the way home. Okay. Crisis averted. Make a new gold helmet. And we can come back and keep trying to build that thing. It's still weird to see myself on this on the screen without eyeshadow. Like, freaking me out. It's freaking me out. Okay, let's make some potions. Gonna need one of those. Okay, do some inventory while that's finishing. What's up, Casey? There's not a whole lot to listen to, if I'm honest. I'm just kind of hanging out. Unless you have topics of discussion you want to send me on rants about, I would be more than welcome. More than welcome. Otherwise, no thank you, telemarketer. Otherwise, you're just hanging out.
Playing from Matt's iPhone.
I think I should probably do something about that. Not gonna draw any attention to it. We've finally blown through all of our coal, which is wild. It was probably silly of me to enchant that golden helmet in the first place, but here I am going to do it again. I mean, that would be nice. Fire protection level 4. That would be really nice. I really want wants to give me aqua affinity, though, which is not helpful in a place that's perpetually on fire. I mean, I would take unbreaking, honestly, just so it lasted longer. Okay, whatever. Protection one's better than nothing. What kind of spreadsheets are you working on, Casey? Financial? Tax stuff? I think you can make regeneration potions with gas tiers, too. I might make some of those. Because it cannot hurt. Ooh. Good luck. I've only heard good things about Kyle, which is to say I haven't really heard anything about Kyle other than his name. But yeah, that was almost too good to be true, how fast that group almost came together. That would have been cool, though. I would have been like, okay, we fixed it. We solved it. Okay, I'm going to get some water real quick. Some water, turned on my AC, actually. It's starting to warm up. Okay, now when I start to die, and I don't want to be dying, I can chug one of those, and I will last longer. I wonder, can I redstone those? I probably can. It'd probably be better to glowstone them, but I don't have any glowstone. Quarter 2 capital capacity planning. Oh, fun. I had a meeting, what was it? Wednesday? So I drive over to another building, you know. Go in there, set up, sit down, get ready. And they're like, all right, so this is the capital improvement projects meeting. And, London, you don't, I believe you said you didn't have any capital projects for this next year? And I was like, nope. And they're like, okay, well, you can go. And I was like, okay, thanks. I'm not going to have any capital projects till 2028. But they're funny sometimes. They're like, oh, we want to get this capital improvements like planning software. Because honestly, we've just been raw dogging it with Excel and whoever makes the sheet, you know. And then they're like, sending in an IT ticket, and they're like, we want IT to evaluate and like recommend if they have any other platforms that they recommend we use. And we're like, we don't know what random ass capital improvement softwares are out there. Who do you think we are? So I was telling my guy, I was just like, just tell him we don't have any experience with any of those, so just do whatever you want. We don't care, especially if it's third-party hosted. Doesn't touch my server, I do not care. As long as it makes you happy. Well, I will endeavor to be as distracting as humanly possible. I mean, I could be a lot more distracting, but I don't think any of us want that. It's probably distracting as I try and crack my back while I stream. Let's try and just rapidly take out this left-hand side. there is a ghast shooting at me, which is so inappropriate. Just not appropriate at all. Yeah, I hear you spawning. Yeah, you can't light me on fire. I'm invulnerable. I'm sure that makes you mad. You sound so mad. Yeah, we get it. We get the anger. I'm not impressed by it. I was supposed to be impressed. That's not doing it. Something I love to say when people get really negative. I'm like, being negative is really easy, so I'm not impressed. Like, you're trying to impress me with your negativity? Because everybody can do that. Get out of my face, dude. Get straight out of it. There are not many people allowed under my face. Not many at all. Alright, let's plug this up a little bit better. Super Bro got right in the way. My man literally said, how can I be in your way the most possible? Oh no. Where is he? There you are, you son of a bitch. Will you just die, please? Thank you. You're literally blowing up all my hard work. I need everyone to just chill. All the fire is just so extra. You know what else is cool about playing Minecraft not on a phone? I never have to worry about my battery dying while I'm playing, like I used to. Oh my gosh, this almost looks good. This almost looks beautiful. I guess these torches are not really doing anything. Might as well pick them up. For my next trick, I'm going to want to get a ton of glass. Oh, I thought this wore off. I thought that's why I was taking so much damage. Guess not. These guys must be taking up the mob cap from... Nope. I was just about to say. I haven't seen one of these guys in a while. Okay. We have a kind of a base of operations here. Okay, point being, we can definitely activate both of those at the same time. Now I need to research. This would have been so much smarter to do differently if I had actually built the boxes first. Did not do that smartly. So, okay. Oh, okay. Running. Running away. Alright. Bunch of glass and research spawning from the spawners. Oh, thanks. Thanks, Sarah. Silly bot. Probably don't need to do this, but I'm not going to take any chances. Alright, it's research time. Diddly 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 diddly. Java edition. Blaze. Spawner. Radius. Blazes can spawn within a 9x9 flat platform centered on the spawner, and one layer above and below the spawner block. Why are any of them spawning then? Because I excavated 2 blocks below. Huh? Alright, whatever. Let's see. Okay. Spawner. Blazes can spawn in mid-air. This area must be enclosed to prevent the blazes from floating up and potentially avoiding the second area. Yeah. 9x9 flat platforms centered on the spawner, one layer above and below. Huh. Interesting. Oh, I'm not going to do a piston farm. I hope the lava trick works. Blazes will spawn around a spawner if there is a light level of 11 or lower. Shu, why don't you just run it for us? We were supposed to try and talk you into it. Maybe. We have a group. It's Friday night. Just saying. It'll be like the only live play campaign I've ever done. Ooh. The prestige would be huge. The glory. Because you don't want... But what do you mean you don't want to? Try again. Try again. I don't know, Shoot. Do you want to know? Do you want to know the group? It's a pretty fire group. You might change your mind. Oh, overcommitted. Boo. Tell you what, Shoot. Why don't you just wrap up season 4 of Northern Reaches? Have like the moon crash into the planet or something. Just wrap it up, and then we can pick up Hellbreakers. Then you won't be overcommitted. It's a good group, Shoe. It's a good group. Just saying. Alright, I totally lost what I was doing here. What are they doing with signs in that farm? I'm not going to do that. Shoot, we could be family. We could be family. Alright, this is overwhelming. Basically, I need to disable it with glowstone full blocks, though. And then I'll kind of figure out their mechanics around that. Probably get a bunch of glass going. Now, is there any glowstone around here at all? There's a big chunk right there. I'm going to get so shot by trying to get it, though. Oh well, we're brave. Why don't I have blocks to stand on? Whatever. I'm going to make this work. I'm going to make it work. I'm going to go up on fences. Yeah, it was a miracle though. We found out that our entire group was like, yeah, we could probably just do Friday nights. It's like, what? How did that work out so easily? Now we just have to do the hard part to find a GM. Sorry if this glass breaking noise is too loud. I could do something about it, but instead I'm just going to apologize. Yeah, and we even had a GM too. It's just Fridays didn't work for them. A miracle. It was almost a Christmas miracle. Well, because that sounds terrible? What do you mean, where Minecraft? What you talking about? Oh, thanks. There, Minecraft. I did that the other day, too. I was still on my singing screen for, like, most of the stream. Or not most of the stream, but for, like, 10 minutes. Yeah, but having a different GM for every other session, that sounds miserable, dude. Where do you get your bad ideas? And how can I tell them not to serve you anymore? Oh, come on. Can I just get a break just once? Oh, okay, that potion ran out too, so let's do that. You know what? Let's just pop one of these early. It doesn't matter. I don't have anything to prove. I'll use the noob juice, as they call it. Am I shooting at nothing? What's happening here? Okay, goodbye to you. And goodbye to you, sir. Get the hell away from me. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, yeah. Oh, no. Move. If this wiki article led me wrong, I'm going to be not happy about it. Oops, wrong pickaxe. Do you want a bad idea that results in some kind of GM or no GM at all? For this group, no GM at all. I would rather just wait until it's right. I don't think you understand how fire this group is. Don't think you get it. According to the interwebs, you guys should stop spawning. Could you not fly out of my range? Jesus. Oh, you were testing me? Listen, I don't get to just like be like, oh yeah, for this game, whatever, and for this game, whatever. Like, no, it's like the game. Get out of my face, you jerk. Told you about the faces. Don't make me tell you again about the scooching. I will say this feels a hell of a lot less chaotic, so presumably this has worked. Oh, I gotta get the one on top. There. Now, theoretically, I can stand here. They're both active. Nope. It still spawned, though. Why? Something is a lie. Something has lied to me. It's way less than it was before. Look how peaceful. So nice. Okay, now I need to figure out how I want to build around it. It's the cake. What are you talking about? You talking about Minecraft cake? You talking about real cake? Explain yourself. Am I wearing gold? I am. I was about to kill you, but that would have been rude. Alright, go back into our chamber of solitude here. And we'll do a little bit more research. Oh, the cake is a lie. I only know that as a reference to something, but not what it is or why. Why is the cake a lie? The cake is offered by something, and then it's written on the walls of the back rooms when you escape the thingamathing in Portal, right? It's all coming back to me. Oh, gross. I don't want to make an 8-platform farm. Forget that. Oh, that's for an open fortress. Never mind, never mind, never mind. I just want to know how many spaces out to go. Well, it says 9 by 9, so I'll go out. Yeah, I'll just make it a 9 by 9. Just that easy. Why does this have signs in the middle of it, though? Curiouser and curiouser. Well, if we want to make it cool looking, we should get orange glass. Because many long forever ago, I had a really cool double blaze spawner that used orange glass, and we're going to do it again. So we got to go find a lot of sand. And you know what else I need to remember next time I come back through here is to bring some obsidian with me so I can make a portal over there just to see where we pop out in the world. Because it might be a convenient spot. It might be a convenient spot that has a lot of sand. We can also bring stairs. I keep saying that. That would make this much less painful to go back. So, Shu, when is your schedule opening up? Just saying. Is it like a month? We could wait a month. I'm kidding. Oh, also, I did put Minecraft back on the screen. I'm such a professional. Such a professional. Okay, it is 2 o'clock. I have to work at 6 o'clock, so I have more time to play, but I probably won't go forever. Maybe I'll go till 3. Shoot! Ow! You're killing me. You are quite literally killing me. Yes, as you've said. I heard you the first time. I'm just not respecting your boundaries. I don't know if you're missing that part. Boop. Glass. Focus on glass. So I need to drop off a bunch of crap that I don't want to carry. I do want to carry that, though. Put those in here for now. Because it does not really matter. Alright. What an adult response to have. To someone being like, fuck your boundaries. GM my group. I'm gonna need so much sand though. Like, I really should go out somewhere and try and find it. Let's give it a shot. Let's go back out there with a portal, light it, see where it takes us, and maybe that'll be easier place to find some sand. What am I doing with my brain? I am getting flint and steel. Jeez, that was tough. Do I need anything else? Not really, no. Unless I want to smelt it while I'm out there. I don't have to wait for it to smelt. But I'd have to wait for it to smelt here, too. Whatever, it can't hurt to bring this. And we'll bring 1 bucket of lava. We'll bring 2 buckets of lava. Such a good line, though. I'll respect my boundaries for you. Fine. Fine. How's the house going, by the way? Have you had to do a bunch of projects on it, or is it like pretty good to go? I know you're doing stuff outside, but kind of quite a few people getting into new houses lately. And by that I mean like 2 people that I know. Feels like a lot. I should probably figure out the next thing I want to do for this space that I'm in. Dang it. Right, that's right. I remember now. Oh, I did not chug my fire resistant potion. Wow. I'm getting sloppy. I shouldn't even make the... Oh, there. I was like, where's my obsidian? I probably shouldn't even make the portal here. But, like, I can make it here. That's close enough. It's gonna look funky because I didn't do this right, but whatever. You guys will just have to deal with it. Okay, let's see where we come out then. Yeah, oh, no. No. Why? I mean, thanks for the diamonds, I guess, but like... I mean, okay, this will be nice to have another cave to explore and steal all this stuff out of, but, like, that's not why we're here. I'm gonna have to make a tunnel up to the surface. Go get the stupid diamonds. Yay for me. Is there anything else cool going on in this cave? I'm not equipped to like go caving right now. Yeah, I don't know. We had a lot of stuff we wanted to do with our land. And, yeah, I don't know. It just, stuff changed. Now it's not as good of a deal to do that. Look, even more diamonds. I mean, I guess popping out of a portal to, like, a big chunk of diamonds in Minecraft is not the worst thing in the world. Holy crap. That was a huge chunk of them. Okay, so I got 23 diamonds for no effort. That's nice. But, alas, we're going to have to do this. The point is to get glass to make a cool thing. Here we are, digging up through a cave. I mean, there's other stuff we need to do for the house as well that, like, we can't afford to do. So, like, yeah, it needs to get done. It doesn't mean we can afford it. Like, the AC went out 2 years ago, so that hasn't worked through our 90 to 100 degree summers. They tell us that our septic tank is probably going to collapse any time now. So that needs to get done. Can't afford that. What else is wrong that we need to fix? Oh, the whole water filtration system needs to be redone. Because who knows how old that is, and it's a mess. Nice, coal. You'd think I wouldn't be excited about coal, but at this point in the game, I actually just ran through all of it. But yeah, we haven't even, like, had the chance to think about. There has not been a chance to think about things I'd like to do to the house. That hasn't even. There's a brief window where we were considering things, expansions, and so on. But that was always going to be far, far in the future. I don't think any of those things are going to happen. There's also a decent chance that we have to sell it, so that was not in the cards. But I don't know how else things are going to go. Realistically. You come out in an ocean. Like, could this be any more annoying? How the hell am I supposed to find that again? There's not a whole lot of sand here. Okay, let's get strategic here. Do I still have that glowstone with me? No. No, I don't. That would have been brilliant. Alright. Do this quick. Try not to drown. This is really cool. I've never really swam in it in an ocean under icebergs in Minecraft. Oh, I'm not on top of the. Oh shoot! It's not working because it's not exposed to air. Uh-oh. Made it. That was harrowing. The whole point of that was just to get enough of these. I don't think I did. I kind of remember where the hole is. Let's find out. There it is. We're just going to go like this. And at least we'll be able to see it. Hey, there's a geode there too. That's bizarre. Oh, it won't let me go into swim mode. There we go. Something about this looks suspicious. It's not. It's not suspicious at all. Whatever. Might as well get some packed ice while we're here. That also looks suspicious, but it's probably just a normal cave. Yep. And a polar bear. There are pretty rare like fishing huts you can find. I don't know if it's in this particular biome type, but they are pretty rare. Yeah, definitely a true sandbox in every meaning of the word. So right now, the bigger project is to make a farm that takes advantage of the blaze spawners that we found in the nether fortress. Because there are two of them close enough together, I can have it be doubly efficient by standing next to them both, and they will both activate. To do that, I need to build some containing structures around where the spawners are, and I want to make that out of orange glass because it looks cool. And then I'm going to fill the bottom of that area with lava so that the guys spawn, they like float down, they go into the lava, they get pushed into a channel, they get pushed into another channel, and they all get pushed into a central location where I stand and I kill them. And then I can get blaze rods as drops from them, which I can use for fuel, and also for making potions. And I don't really actively need any of that. It's just like something to do, and it's fun, and you get to build things and make them look cool. On a broader scale, it's not really an island, but there's a spot nearby where we built the starter house that I'm starting to develop and build farms out on. And then I will be, when I get inspired, designing them to a particular aesthetic or a look. But I don't have anything really in mind. And I try to, I've had an interesting start. Like, I'm in a snowy biome, which is weird for me. And then I come out here to see if I can find something else, and it's an ice biome, and I'm like, there's not, like, a whole lot. Like, so I could harvest a ton of ice, and I could make, like, an ice castle thing. Like, that could be my vibe. To do all the architecture with and everything. It's, not being familiar with the game, it's probably, like, I would assume someone would be like, I still don't get it. But truly, you can make some impressive-looking things. So, it's quite possible that I will build using ice. And, so then while I'm here, I might as well grab a bunch of ice. I also am trying to get to a higher vantage point so I can try and see if there's somewhere that might have some sand around. But I'm, like, surrounded by ice. And I need to also make sure I know how to get back to the little stairwell that I was in. So I need to have a marker of some kind, like that. At least if I can find this tall hill, then I'll find that thing, and then I know my thing's down there to get back. Also, it would be great if the sun would come out. And this looks interesting to me, because that might be one of those fishing hut deals, but it also might not. So, yeah, it's exploration, it's resource gathering, it's resource automation, to try and do bigger and bigger things, but largely, some people just optimize to optimize, but I think for the most part, people optimize or make farms to automate things that they want to use to build with. Because if you're going to do a large-scale build or anything that's actually going to have any sort of, be impressive in any sort of way, then you need a lot of resources. This is probably just a big block of snow for no reason. Does not look like anything. What's also weird there is that it's raining. Okay, so the rain must be cold ocean or cold river biomes, and then these must be actual ice whatever biomes. Okay, there's the mountain. So really I just need to pick a direction and just go for it to try and get out of this ice spikes biome. So I think up here that's either snow or it's some sort of beachfront. I could always just go back home and try and look for sand where I'm already at, but at least something's changing over here. But yeah, the whole world is procedurally generated from the moment that you start the game. It doesn't load everything in all at once, because that would be a huge drain on the computer. But as you explore, it like adds it to the memory of the game. It'd be really cool to find a village out here, actually. We did explore out in one direction from our base at one point, but we didn't find any deserts or particularly like sandy beach areas. You can always just kind of chip away at the river edges, but it's not efficient. It's just not a good use of time. Anyway, at other times you might just go down into caves and mine and harvest resources, gold and iron that you need to build things, and yeah, that's the game. But you just do whatever you want. Like, so you could build up this like really intense, like intensely thematically consistent world and like tell a story with it almost. Tell a story through the architecture and the whatever. Is this sand? Look at that. That's all sand. I'm gonna wait for the sun to come out because I'm tired of this, but we'll see that on the way back. I think I saw some lights up here, which means there might be a village. There are structures in the world. Oh, it's not a village, it's a broken portal. So this is, for example, one of the structures. There are like desert temples, which are kind of like they're trapped, and if you know the trap, then like it's not a surprise to you. But there's like nothing good in here. Yeah, there's just little things to do. I don't need any of that junk. I will though take. Actually, you know what? I wonder if I could make, if I have enough here, if I could make a new portal on the surface that would link to the one in the nether. Portal linking is kind of confusing. When you go into the nether, you're actually in like a pocket dimension kind of a thing. And so every block you travel is actually 8 blocks worth of distance in the overworld. So you can use it to like cross great distances really quickly. If you set up, you know, little travel networks in the, you basically go through hell to get places faster. And this stuff, this purpley stuff, is just a decorative block. Well, I guess it does have some functions. You can craft it into a specific weird thing that lets you respawn in the nether without dying and going all the way back home. But other than that, it's mostly just decorative. Well, I'm curious what's over this hill. But I think I might have found enough sand to get us going from that frozen beach area. Anyway, there's a whole thing too about if you like actually want to like know the game loop, there's specific things you need to collect, and then you combine this blaze powder with these eyes of Endermen, and then you can throw them in the air and they will locate a portal, and that portal will take you to a different dimension where you go and you fight the end dragon, and that's how you actually quote unquote beat the game. And then once you've cleared that, you can fly around in that end dimension. Well, you can't fly quite yet at that point, but you can get an item that lets you fly. And that's it. That's kind of it. That's the jam. But you don't have to do any of that. There's nothing you have to do. You can just do whatever you want. now we want sand because we want to smelt the sand into glass. We're going to need some form of supply for orange dye. Actually, we don't. We just need to get a rose bush and a dandelion, because those will give you infinite red and yellow dye with bone meal, which we have a skeleton farm already. And then we can make our orange dye, and we can dye the glass orange, and that's a good thing. So those are some of the objectives that we have going on right now. If I didn't care what this thing looked like, then we would just be building it right now. But it's gonna look cool with orange glass and like lava flowing through it. Anyway, practically for me as well, because yeah, I could play this game all the time, all the time that I want. But is it a great use of my time? No, not necessarily. But if I can use it to try and remember to practice voice training, then that's probably a great idea. And I am good enough at just talking to myself more often than not, so sometimes it's harder. Okay, there's a big sand there, but there's some over here too. Really not coming away with that much. I'm going to need... It's 9 by 9, so 81 just to do the top of the box. Basically 81 for each side. It's going to be a huge, huge amount of sand needed. This is promising, though. This is very promising. My God, we can finally see. So anyway, people that make content for Minecraft, like actual like YouTubers, Minecraft YouTubers, they do a lot of like the grindy type stuff, either on streams or they do it entirely off screen, and then they edit together videos. They're usually playing on servers with other like friends and people who are just entertaining, funny people. So they have a very different kind of content relationship with what they make. Whereas for me, I'm just like, I'm going to play this game, and if I'm going to play this game, I might as well stream playing this game. If anybody wants to hang out, that's great. But, yeah, I've spent many, many, many hours just, like, having Minecraft streams of other people on in the background. Just, you find, like, people who you're like, this is a good person. Like, they interact with their chat, and their chat asks them for, like, life advice, and they give good life advice. Not that you should be looking to streamers for that kind of thing, but like when you do find one where you're like, okay, this is actually like a positive influence in my life. You know, they say that there's the quote, who you will be in 5 years will be determined by the 5 people you spend the most time with and the 5 most important books that you've read in that time. Just that concept of being very intentional with your own personal growth and where you're going and where you're heading. Because you know, this is like the whole parent thing. It's like you don't want kids to hang around kids who are going to be a bad influence, because that's literally what happens, is they will shape their personalities around who they choose to spend their time with. Which is also equally true for people watching content. I tell you what, I'm in some of these circles of streamers and friends, and everybody's friends with each other, and they all collaborate with each other, and some of these people are toxic and no good people. And if I see some of my streamer friends interact with those people, I'm gonna probably have some words with them and be like, don't spend time with that person. I mean, you know, I'm not anybody's parent. But I will express my concerns in a friendly way. Because, you know, people get into streaming and making content for all sorts of reasons, and some of them are not the healthiest reasons. You know, some people are like looking for validation they didn't get in their childhood, not to get too therapeutic, psychological, whatever. But like, I mean, if it's true, it's true. You know, I think a lot of us are driven by we're shaped by like what we had to do to earn love in childhood. Determines like our natural inclinations and behaviors, but we're also conditioned to look for love in the ways that we didn't get it. Those two axes are like at war with one another in a lot of people. So yeah, sometimes people they're working through their issues in like a very public way, and they're not even actively working through them. I guess they're just on display is what I guess I'm trying to say. I don't know how we got on this topic, but that's okay. There are incredibly positive influences out there. There are really great people out there that I think are decent people to spend your time around or listening to. And for some people, like, listening to streams is like a tool for dealing with anxiety, right? Like to just have something on in the background, something soothing, something whatever, but you need to make sure it's actually a positive influence. So yeah, I've given a lot of thought to that, and that's why I'm so deliberate about trying to be a positive influence. Like, I even have found times where I'm like, oh, I'm not being as positive as I want to be while streaming. So I hold myself to a very high standard, because who knows who's going to end up watching any of this content. I don't think anything I've made is like aimed at like the teenage crowd, but if anybody, you know, starts watching along, especially this was kind of news to me, but I was sharing an experience with someone else about this younger trans woman that I was interacting with, and just kind of like, yeah, it's kind of, you know, different experience than I don't know, like they were giving me attention for things that I didn't know that I had necessarily earned or whatever. And anyway, this friend was like, you need to understand that, like, you're an older trans woman now. Like, there are going to be young trans people who are looking up to you or looking to you for advice or whatever, even though, like, they might have more experience in the queer space than me. They're like they are desperately looking for mature role models that they can relate to. And I was like, oh wow, I did not think about that at all. So I take it all very seriously. Even just last night when I was, you know, trying to reach our 100 subscribers goal with that stream, I was like, this isn't gonna happen, but like, what would it look like if I tried to make it happen? And what can I learn from that as like a life lesson? And then I ended up posting this whole thing on Blue Sky about chasing your goals and you know, being proud of what you do, and not giving up. And I'm just like, yeah, there was I took something that I was going to be doing for a different reason, and I turned it into positivity, and I put it back out into the world. That's what I want to be doing with basically whatever I can be doing it with. You know, and I'm going through a lot of things. I'm learning a lot about life, you know, how to know who you are. I think people go through multiple different phases, almost like cocoon butterfly type of a deal, but if there were multiple stages where it's like they think they know who they are, and then life changes again, and then they're like, oh, I thought I knew who I was, but I didn't even know that certain other elements of life were a possibility. I never saw them modeled for me, so how could I have even known they were an option? And I think that can be really tragic, and it can really upset the status quo of somebody's life, and they're either going to like confront that and like ask themselves the hard questions of like, well, who am I with this new information? Who am I in the context of these new possibilities? Or they're going to revert back to their defaults, and not look into that big scary new thing. I find all of that very fascinating, and I'm actively going through it, and it's, you know, this is the stuff that midlife crises are made out of, frankly. Like, am I going through a midlife crisis right now? I don't really think so. I don't know what the official definition of that is, if it's even officially defined. Because I feel like I'm going through things in a very controlled manner, but I'm learning about myself, and the things I'm learning about myself are changing the direction of my life, because there are the building blocks of your life that you put together that you think are going to be compatible with other building blocks of your life. You might realize, like, these are not compatible. These cannot coexist, and now you need to decide. Well, you need to decide if you how do I say this? Because you don't decide what the truth is, right? But you can decide what you believe, I guess is the way to put that. So you choose what you believe is the truth. Because again, there's that possibility that some people will not be ready to face the truth or ready to challenge themselves in new ways. So that, I mean, this is crazy. Like this is all the stuff that I'm going through right now. Outside of anything relating to like creating this channel or making content for this channel. I mean, this channel is an expression of some of my deepest desires to be a voice. Specifically is like something that's really important to me. I think I've told the story in the London Station Discord about my middle name. Did I write that into my article of the Signal? I did, didn't I? Gosh. I always hated my middle name growing up, and I can't. People are like sensitive about doxing themselves. I'm less worried about it, but I guess that's probably coming from a privileged space. Anyway, I hated my middle name, and then I kind of thought about the origins of it and other figures in the past who have had that name, and I found an element of it that I really liked, and it had to do with somebody being the voice for someone else who couldn't speak for or advocate for themselves. And that's when I actually like fell in love with my middle name. Well, if I keep it, I guess. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to keep my middle name, but because as far as this channel being an expression of like, I want to live in this goes back to Girl by Moonlight too, and parts of why that game is so impactful and important to me, because the game is all about how sometimes like living in your truth and in your power is going to like run afoul of like what's acceptable, quote unquote, in society. But that doesn't make it less true, nor does it make it less powerful just because other people don't like it. So, doing this and streaming to 2 people right now. It's not the impact level that I want to have. Oh my god, that guy just speared me from a horse. Holy shit. That's like new stuff that I haven't interacted with in the game yet. Oh, don't shoot me. I'm not in a great spot right now. I'm gonna run away. Oh god. I'm gonna try to run away. This is going really badly, guys. If I die out here, it's bad news. There's creepers here too. I am playing on hard mode. Holy shit, he's still following me. Oh my god. Oh my god. Holy hell. I don't know if I can get to my inventory quick enough to get that potion out. Let's go, let's go, let's go. I'm glad I'm on ice right now because this guy cannot get his horse figured out. Holy shit. This is terrifying. Oh my god. This is insane. I'm just barely surviving this whole ordeal. Oh my god. Wow. That was insane. I'm trying to have these deep life conversations and the Minecraft monsters are not having it. Anyway, I was saying, you know, I'm not at this point having the impact that I want to have streaming to, you know, 2 to 3 people. But like, I mean, on the other hand, you know, like where do you start? And you start there. In fact, people start with less than that. And I've been so blessed that even the people that have come around have honestly like trusted their time to me. And I take that like really seriously. And that's part of why I can have why I can end up putting so much pressure on myself, is because like I take this all really seriously. I think it's important. I think that the like if I'm gonna be honest with you, like I would like to like have an impact on the world. And you know, I'm sorry if that sounds it's crazy or vain or whatever, but like, why not? You know, the world is in a rough shape. You know, kind of maybe has been for a long time, and maybe different elements of that are visible to different in and out groups. Groups that have been marginalized are like, oh, the world's been shit for a while, and other groups are like, oh, I'm just now finding out that the world is crappy. But I also don't really subscribe to the like. I was in another chat with somebody the other day, and they were in such a negative space, and I was like, boy, like you're coming in hot with a lot of this negativity, and like I get it. The world has not been kind, and this was another trans woman, and I'm like, I totally get it. In the meantime, while you're going through that and you want to like have a revolution and burn everything down and like talk about how people are unreachable and, you know, there's no hope, and I'm just like, I hear you. I hold space for that. I hold empathy for you, sympathy for you, and I hope that you're able to take care of yourself, your mental health, and everything that you need to live your best life. And at the same time, like, I have hope left in me. And so while I have it, I'm gonna use it. Oh, I dumped my other bucket of lava out. Should I go get it? It's kind of far away. Yeah, it's probably not worth it. So yeah, with my little YouTube channel and my little Patreon and my little Discord talking about role-playing games here and there, you know, I want to do and say and I want to make a difference. I want to help people. I have been in very painful places and know what that's like. And I've had people who have been there for me, and I want to be that person for other people too. I think we're all better together than we are apart. I think that there are entities that, for, you know, a number of reasons, market forces being one, politics, there's a lot of people who stand to gain from dividing everybody. And I think that's really, you know, maybe that's the definition of evil to me, is finding profit or gain in the suffering of others. I don't believe in a zero-sum game outlook on the world. Even though we do have finite resources, we can expand beyond our current limits and boundaries. I don't think there's much excuse for people going hungry in the world right now. like, if we just got our shit together, like, we have the food. We can feed the whole world. And I don't mean we, US, America, North America, you know, whatever. I don't mean like that kind of we. I mean we, all of humanity, have across this planet more than enough to serve everyone. But the thing is like the meritocracy view of things is like, oh well, if people aren't incentivized to do work, then they just won't do it and they will be lazy. And it's like, do you realize how much that worldview holds us back? It's insane. Yeah, midlife crises are usually discussed in a tropey way, sports car, personal trainer, etc. But a true midlife reflection makes a lot of sense, is healthy. And you know what? You know the other thing that I think is tragic about it? This didn't have to happen in midlife for me. If I'm there, if I call this midlife, it didn't have to happen now. It could have happened any time before. It's just there weren't people around to guide me through this, or there were people around and I wasn't looking for them or paying attention to them or understanding. There's no real sense of like us looking out for each other as youths either. And so I want to be able to contribute that to young people. Like, I still feel young. I always say like I feel like I'm 23 in my like spirit. But yeah, no, I'm incredibly ambitious, and you know, that can have the effect of like I've said, and I've expressed many times now, like I'm being really hard on myself. When I see the little YouTube graphs go down, I go, oh my God, it's all over, right? And it's not all over; it's just beginning. But I just so desperately want to do and represent all the things that I've been talking about this last, 20 minutes. So. Don't know what else to say about that. I mean, I could keep going, honestly, on and on and on, but just feels like this is why I'm here. And to not take action towards that is kind of like spitting in the face of the gift of my life, if that makes sense. And I didn't have any conception that I was going to be doing it as a trans woman. Like, that was not on my bingo card either. Like, yeah, I don't know. I'm so grateful that I am, though, because it is this special, unique perspective on life that, like, I've seen people talk about, and maybe never really fully understood. But yeah, it does take something unique to look at how you've been told the world works, or like how gender works, right? And then to just be like, maybe there's an entirely different way to look at this, and maybe not even like look at it holistically, but look at it for yourself. Which is why I've said, you know, in the past, like I think one of the things that scares groups who are hostile to the queer community at large, because they don't care, you know, what kind of queer you are, as long as you're not within the narrow box that's been, you know, safely defined. As long as you're deviating from that, you're a threat, and you're a threat because you've proven that you can question things. And I don't even think people who are like these oppositional individuals even think about it that clearly. I think their leadership does. And I think that they can be And I don't mean manipulated as in like, oh, they're mentally weak. I mean like it's a pretty straight shot of manipulation. Like, oh, hey, like how do we get people to agree with us that this is a a threat to establishment? It's like, well, you're already halfway there. You're starting to say things are threats to establishments. Like, so what? What does that even mean? What does it mean to be a threat to an establishment? It means something might change. So what? Like, why is that so scary? It's great to hear honest voices on the internet, even if the reach isn't there yet. Know that those you have reached are deeply impacted. I hope so. I really do. And I tried to not get a big head or anything around it, because like I said, like that's not what I'm in it for. I have acknowledged, and it took me a while to get to this point, and this was an important hurdle for me to cross. I have acknowledged that I do like receiving attention. I do like receiving attention for things I've done well. I like receiving attention at all. Not gonna lie. But realizing that like, what's so bad about that? Like, take what you like about that and then use it for good. So if I like attention and then I say, okay, I'm going to go make a YouTube stream channel and stream a bunch of content that people by and large might not even care about, but like, you can't stop me. And if I get attention for that and it makes me feel good and I can give back in a way that makes others feel good, like, that sounds like a pretty good virtuous cycle to me. I don't know. Oh, I got all spun around. This is not the way I thought I was approaching this. And yet, I still found my way back. Mission accomplished. I wonder if I can swim into this and have an air pocket. This would be a bad time to find out. Let's not drown to death. So close to home. Uh-oh. There's a problem. That is not the stairwell I came up. This is. That's so funny. I specifically tried to mark that with that magma so I could find my way back down. Okay, well, we can just ride this little water roller coaster down. But yeah, I don't know. Like I say, I hope that people are deeply impacted, but then I'm also just like, what would they even be impacted by? I'm just rambling about stuff. I just want to be, I don't know. What do I want to be? I want to be a good friend. I want to be somebody that you can trust and like come to, and like, I have to keep my boundaries, right? But like, if I can help, I will. If I can be a listening ear, I will. I was on like I don't know how long it was, a 3-hour call with someone a couple weeks ago. Just like catching up with all the things that they've been dealing with, and it felt great. I was like, not even necessarily convinced that they needed to hear anything I had to say, but they needed to be listened to, and they needed to be heard in that moment. So, I don't know. I mean, it gets so much more complicated than this, and it gets, well, I can't really talk about that. There are things that make this even more complicated, but I'm trying to in a way, I guess I'm trying to be the person that I need through what I've been going through, I guess. I don't know. There's like a quote from a movie that I always use. And this mentor character tells the other character, we teach best what we need to learn most. And that might not even have any sort of like truth to it at all, but it's just one of those like quippy little movie quotes that makes you feel good, because they're trying to tell this character, like, I believe in you, I believe in your ability to teach this material, even though you're afraid that you don't know it well enough. But I think if you can get to a point in life where you are trying to be what you always needed for others, you've gotten past the point where, how do I say this? You've gotten past the point where you not having it is no longer holding you back, and now you not having it is the fuel to make sure that others do. I guess. That's kind of how it tracks for me. Okay, where's my buckets? Unfortunately, you can't do sand in the blast furnace, so it is slow. And we don't have a super smelter, which would make this even faster. But that's all right. We are going to do a little bit of this, a little bit of this. Going to make ourselves a barrel. Barrels catch on fire? Probably. What are we thinking here? What are we thinking? Actually, right in the corner. Yeah, and it's like, I've seen other creators, and I've seen the audiences that they draw to them, and everybody's offering different things. Some people are genuinely, honestly just offering like, hey, I'm just someone that plays video games that you like, and that's kind of it. And those people will probably do pretty well capturing an audience for that. I think sadly, I think there's plenty of people who would be thrilled to just have a friend, just have somebody to talk to. I'm not saying it's, what am I trying to say? I'm not saying that's sad that they might need that. I think, of course, they do. But should I repair this stuff? I have enough diamonds. I really should. I don't have mending, so... Didn't even feel the dent in my diamonds. But yeah, I get curious about that because I was talking to another friend the other day about different kinds of streamers, and some streamers are trying to make kind of what I would call evergreen content. And that's the space that I'm in. I think that's the space that Derek's in. Is that it is something that you would go rewatch if you missed. And other streamers are doing more of like the just like live service streaming, where it's all about the experience of being in the live chat. And if you're not in the live chat, you're missing out on something and you wouldn't go back and rewatch it. Like the content itself is not such that you would go back for the content. It's getting by on the virtue of like that streamer talking to you. And yeah. And those are also sometimes the streamers that I would consider like the content creators, whatever you want to call them, of people who are like personality streamers, where you find people that you vibe with and you get along with, and you really don't care what they're doing. If you have free time and they're streaming, you're going to be in their stream and in their chat because you just want to spend time with them. So that might be something like a relational streamer kind of a deal. It's all very fascinating stuff to observe and think about. And to see, people who start streaming and they reach like hundreds of subscribers in, a couple weeks or months. And it's like, wow, that's like really impressive. But at the same time, it's kind of also like there's this ecosystem of creators who all share very similar circles. So in a way, it's like there's hundreds of subscribers, followers, if you're on Twitch or whatever you want to call it, and those same hundreds are shared between like 5, 6, 7 streamers who are also all friends with each other. And so they have this like fractal community almost. I don't know if fractal is the right word. Anyway, it's very interesting. I nerd out over this stuff because I like thinking about the business side of it. Whereas a lot of those people in those circles, you know, I interact with them and I promote my stuff to them. But I think for a couple of reasons. One, like I'm not a VTuber, because that's like a whole community of people who are into the VTubing thing and like the characters and the personas and stuff like that. I don't stream on Twitch. I stream on YouTube. So I'm just, the discovery's not there for those groups, and it's harder for them to come over. Yeah, I was going to say the relational streaming is the one where it can be very parasocial. And so one of my friends, they were telling me about when they were getting started, and they only had like, I don't know, like I think I was hanging around them right around the time they were at like 200, and now they're at like 1,300. They've been doing so many great streams. And they were saying how they had like these really close like friendships with certain people in chat, but then as they grew and they were spending time interacting with other people in chat, the original ones were like getting jealous and possessive. And then they were like, you changed. Like, you used to be like my person to hang out with, and then you changed. And they're like, I didn't change. I just kept doing what I was doing, and other people also came around. And I'm like, that's wild. But yeah, as like consumers of content too, it's like we got to check ourselves too and make sure we're not getting into that space. Not putting anybody up on a pedestal, or like if you make a comment in somebody's chat and they don't acknowledge you and you feel bad, like you should probably like look into that and be like, whoa, where's this feeling coming from? Is that an appropriate feeling for me to be having? Yeah, it's wild. I mean, the other thing is too, I'm reminded of, you know, certain streamers talk about, I don't know, different societal things that change over time, and how fast we're developing as humans. Like we don't really have good experience dealing with these new technologies. You know, the shift from like people getting phones in their homes was a big deal, and it changed all sorts of industries and this and that. But there wasn't like the very next change coming right down the corner, so everybody kind of adapted to having phones, and that was like a whole thing. Of course, you know, they were attached to the walls, and you had a home phone number, and you could call people. That was a big deal. You know, the internet got its initial early starts in the 80s, right? But it was kind of slow to develop in the initial stages. But then the information economy and everything that came along with it, and what does it even mean that like I'm literally playing a game on my computer right now, I'm shoving that input into a different program over here, I'm taking that, bundling it up, sending it through my wireless adapter to my wireless range extender to a router that's connected to a wireless dish that goes to a tower that goes out to somewhere, some server somewhere, and now you're pulling that content down and listening to me talk in almost real time. Like there's probably what, a 5-second, 10-second delay at most. That's mind-blowing. And so now so many people have access to this new world, and content creation in children. Like that's like the number one profession that kids are saying that they want now, is to be a YouTuber. Used to be YouTuber, now it's streamer. And it's like there's something attracting them to that. What could that be? And it is that attention piece, I think, as well. It's attention and validation. And why are they looking for it on the internet? Because they're maybe not getting it in their home spaces. Why are they not getting it in their home spaces? I think that the economy is forcing us to be less and less present with each other and our children. I think teachers have less one-on-one time with kids because classrooms are jammed together. Parents have less one-on-one time with kids because they're forced to work 2 jobs. Hey, by the way. And it's all very frustrating, and it goes back to, entities in positions of power who are, honestly, they are profiting from other people not getting those things, and it's not great. It's not great. I should make some golden carrots. I can make some night vision potions. Maybe I'll make 2 of them. Do golden carrots use nuggets or ingots? I guess we'll find out. I think they use nuggets. Anyway, this has been like one of my favorite streams I've ever done, just because I get to talk about this stuff. I have a lot of opinions about things, and they are maybe entirely unfounded, but I don't know. I care a lot, and so when I see things not going great, I'm like, well, I would like to be part of the solution. How do we get to where we are rebuilding, or even just building? I mean, we are building to serve markets, but we have all the raw materials. It's like when universal basic income comes up in conversations, and some people are just like, oh my God. Like, if your knee-jerk reaction to UBI is, people aren't going to work, my answer to you is, do they need to? Productivity has gone through the roof and automation has gone through the roof. Do they need to work anymore? Where do you have this idea that they need to work? And it usually goes back to some sort of moralistic often Judeo-Christian. And I was raised in a church. I am like fascinated by theology, and in an alternate life I would have been a pastor. Okay? So take it easy on me. But like, there is a merit-based cultural pressure that is built into us that worked out just fine until all of a sudden our productivity graph went like this as humanity. And now we're able to achieve so much more. People don't need to work as much anymore. And the work week hasn't changed. It's wild to me. I was banging after the work week changing. I was banging after that back in high school. I was like, well, surely we're going to be going to 4/8s, right? Like, right? And it's like, well, no. You need coverage. You need accessibility, availability. And we just have not gotten it together. No matter how many studies say that people are just as effective, they will get their work done in less hours if you let them. But if you make them be there for as many hours as you think you need them there for, they'll just take the same amount of time to do it. I mean, they'll take longer to do their work because they're like, I have to be here anyway. And then we're at a place now where it's like you do what I consider the bare minimum and you blow people's minds, especially at my second job. They're just like, you're so incredible. And I'm like, I literally just, between when the hour hand on my watch goes from here to here, I'm supposed to be here doing these things. So while I'm here, I do these things, and that they can't even process it. It's insane. It blows their minds. Your friend works for a startup that runs on a 4-day work week and said it's way more productive. Yeah. I mean, I'm on 4/10s. And I'm on salary. So am I giving, 40 hours on the dot? 100% effort? No. It's like I'm getting my work done is what I'm doing. So that's what you wanted, right? You wanted my work done? It's crazy. It's crazy times. I'm thinking... oh wow, time has flown. I'm kind of thinking I might take these night vision potions and go into that cave system that we found. I don't even necessarily need the resources in it, but like, I don't know. Maybe we'll find something cool. I say cave system we found. Cave system that our stupid portal chucked us into because we were under an ocean. But yeah, startups are interesting too, just because of the way that their capital works, and I guess they're beholden to investors in the way that a lot of other, the publicly traded companies are beholden to shareholders. But that's the thing too. I mean, shares. Geez, okay. So we have a system where you can invest in another company that's going to try to go out to market, and they're going to try and make a profit. But because you invested, they're basically taking a loan out. So now you're creating wealth off of the work of others. And we go like, oh, that's fine because there's no other way to do it. It's either that or this person doesn't get to make their business. And it's like, okay, I guess we accept that, but like, is there really no other way to do that? But again, you're up against the people who think if you don't incentivize people to work, then they just won't. And I think that's just an insane mentality. And I don't know how to get people off of it. I struggle with our current board of directors at work are very much in that mindset. It's like, oh, people just won't work then. I'm like, yeah, they will, because some people like want to do a good job. This is fun. I've never gone caving with night vision potions before. I've seen other content creators do it, but your standard 5 days, 8 hours, and if I actually time my productive time, it would be 20 to 30 max. Yeah. Exhibit A, my last 3 hours here. Well, oh shit. Uh-oh. Sorry, Casey's boss. I'm distracting him. Oh, you work from home. Okay, good. Let's see, you're gonna get me in trouble, dude. But like, yeah, I have employees on my team, and we had to go through this whole deal of like productive hours or whatever, because they started coming after us for our flexibility, and they started coming after us for our work from home, and it turned into this whole ordeal, and it was really upsetting for everybody, because the mentality that I had for my team was the same that my bosses have for me. They're like, your salary, get your work done. If I don't think you're getting your work done, we're gonna have a conversation about it, and that's all it is. Have we ever had to have a conversation about it? No, because I get my work done. And I don't know, there's just people who just like think the worst of humanity, are like, nope, if there's an advantage to be taken, workers will take it. And I'm like, don't reduce people to calling them workers. Like we're all some big monolith, and like there's not different work ethics between people. Like, Jesus Christ, do the job of management and actually manage whether people are working. How about that? If you can't trust me to work and you need me to like sit here and have somebody watch me do it, like that sounds like you're bad at managing. The best thing you can think to do as a manager is watch somebody else work. I mean, I guess to some degree that is the definition of management. Management is about keeping processes working as intended and still flowing and going the same, as opposed to, if you want to draw a comparison between the language around management versus leadership. Leadership is about pushing boundaries and finding new ways to do things and being effective, whereas management is a lot about keeping things working as they have been. Managing processes, managing people, keep them doing the thing that we've already decided upon. Whatever. I don't know. I'm just, we got a system that really is just putting stress and pressure on everyone across the board. And, holy hell. And trying to link that to, I don't even know what, to some sort of like value judgment on who you are as a person. I just don't think it's healthy for humanity. I always go back to thinking about like, and because we play these fantasy games, right? I think about like cobblers and like blacksmiths and like, you know, people that train animals and stuff, and it was all very purpose driven, and it was for the elevation of the community. You know, and if a type of work wasn't valued enough for somebody to get by on, then like communities would like help each other. I don't know. It's an old-fashioned idea. I've had multiple conversations with my boss now because she's like concerned that I'm too like revved up and get excited about things, and I'm like, I'm fine. I'm just living in my principles, and I'm sorry if it comes out a little hot sometimes. Like, I'm not bothered. I'm doing great. But I told her the other day, she was like looking for the word. She's like, you just seem like really like agitated. And I'm like, agitated? And she's like, I don't know if that's the right word for it. And I was like, I feel spirited, if that's a word you want to use. And she's like, okay. So now she like checks in with me after meetings. She's like, you were seeming a little spirited there. And I'm like, yeah. Is there a problem with that? I'm like, you don't even know. You think I'm bringing my best to work? I'm best in my streams. I am not going to find my way out of here. That's almost guaranteed. I should have brought the stuff that I would have needed to pack this all down as I was collecting it. I don't have any shulker boxes, that's for sure. Oh, a shulker box, by the way, Casey. When you get to that end dimension, there are these weird little guys called shulkers, and they have like extra dimensional space inside of them, and you can craft them into like a movable treasure chest that can hold the same amount of space as a treasure chest, but you can carry it with you. Okay, guys, stop shooting me. That bow must be enchanted, because that guy is wrecking my face. So rude. Probably should stop playing sometime soon here. If I die, I'm gonna be so screwed. Oh, I'm gonna die. Run, 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 run. Wow. These monsters have got hands. I guess that's the bonus of using torches, is it stops them from spawning. Getting shot again. Maybe I shouldn't have been back in here yet. I know I saw some diamonds, but I lost them. I'm being very reckless. I'm gonna have to ask the question, who had London? Who had her? Who let her do any of this? I was ill-advised. There's some diamonds. I literally don't need them. I don't even know why I'm down here. That's what happens sometimes in this game, Casey. You're just like, I don't even know why I'm after these resources. Will I need them later? Probably. For some other reason. Okay, let's re-up that potion. Run away from this guy. And that's my last piece of food, too. Which means, actually, we need to leave, because I could starve to death. If I'm not careful. There's just a part of me that feels like maybe I could find a trial chamber or something if I look hard enough. Focused right now. Very focused. Focused on not dying. Although I really do need to be focused on getting out of here alive. And I do not think I know where I came in. Ooh, slime. I don't really have time to deal with you, slime. I do have time to deal with this, though. Where it all goes wrong. Okay. rotten flesh to survive. I should also stop running. Unless I get shot, I should be walking. Oh. I'm just going to fall into a hole and die. That's what's going to happen. My bow's about to break too. That would be bad news. Okay, I think I came down the corner somewhere here. Time to go shave your head and beard. Good luck not dying, thank you. I will do my best. Actually, I'm going to take a break for a second. Do a few things I need to do, and then I'll be right back. Alright, we're back. We're going to try to not die. I'm going to try to get back home, and then I will probably call it there. I believe it's just me left. Jeez. I really don't remember where I came down. And I don't have torches to light my way back either. I mean, I have plenty of night vision potions. Okay, wait. This is where I started running with the torches. After I ran over here. I don't think I came down over here, though. Can't believe I didn't mark it with torches. It was such a rookie move. Then this way. I ran around that corner. It's time to test my patented, acclaimed London sense of direction. Do not want to deal with you, buddy. Or you. Oh God, what a problem I have on my hands. What an absolute problem. There's a lot of iron. That would be nice. I guess I don't need to find the way out. I need to find any way out. anyway to the surface, we'll be fine, because I'll get back to that ice biome place. See, I'm going down. That's the wrong direction. Oh boy, oh boy. That's not the way I came in. Ooh, diamonds. Diamonds that are really high up and hard to get to. Okay, that's promising though. I could just pillar up to there. Let's get these diamonds first. Oh wow, I'm almost dead though. I really need to pay better attention to what's going on. I need to not get those diamonds and I need to just get out of here. First I'm gonna have to kill that guy. Got him. Alright, do I have enough to pillar up here? Probably. Here we go. Jumping takes away hunger. It doesn't go anywhere. You gotta be kidding me. I'm actually kind of at the point though where I think I'm just gonna tunnel out. Because otherwise the risk of me dying down here is really high. Also the risk of me dying in an underwater cave is pretty high. Okay. It got me some elevation though. I'll take it. I'm probably going to come out in an ocean too. That spider eye too. It's gonna poison me though. Okay, that doesn't go anywhere but down. So we're just gonna leave it. Keep going. Okay, we're not out of the woods yet. Because now we got to try and find our little tunnel. Using landmarks. We have a torch on top of a hill somewhere. There's Nautilus here. Is this blue ice? It's not, is it? Is. Let's get a stack of this. I don't even really remember why this is good. Except for it costs like 81 pieces of regular ice to make one of these. I think this is what you have to use to make ice boat roads. To make them go really fast. Did I get a stack yet? I did. There we go. Alright. Now we're on here. Boy. It's anybody's guess which way to go. I know the thing I put the torch on was not a spiky mountain thing. just gonna have to go for it. It'd be nice if I had a boat. We could be on any edge of this thing and we wouldn't even know which one we're on. Nothing's looking familiar as far as formations of this stuff yet. Let's go around here. At least now that we're on the surface, if we want to, we could kill some fish for food. Actually, you know what would be great? Because we still want to find a rose. We need other food sources anyway. I think the polar bears, if you kill them, can drop fish, but like, I might lose that fight at this stage. Okay, pumpkin I can't eat raw. Sorry, rabbit. I can cook rabbit meat. A village! Oh, happy day. Whew. How long have I been streaming anyway? Oh, only 3 hours. It's not even that long. Ah, you know what else I could do from this village? Do I have redstone with me? I do. I can make a compass, and the compass will point me back home. So I can just do it on the overland. I don't have to worry about finding that little thing. But this place is going to have some sort of food, I'm sure. And that could be anywhere, anytime now would be great. Hello, little villager. I hear the chickens outside my door. I don't know why they've climbed up, but there they are. Well, I guess I don't have any fuel for that. Okay, the chickens are crowing outside my door. I don't know if you can hear that through the mic. That's funny. I'll have to watch this back later. Okay. Oh. Well, I don't really need books, but this would have been cool to find early game. Bro, you got so many books. That's awesome. Take that too. I guess I could have seen what he has to trade. Or not, he's mad at me now. Did I go in that house? Did. I went in that house. Nobody has food still. But I can burn these to cook this rabbit. Actual crops going though. bone? I do have bones. I'm really roughing it out here. Nice. I can cook some potatoes. In Homeboy's house right here. And there. Okay, while I continue to raid the rest of their village. Is there a chest there? There was. Oh, and there's bread. Even better. Kind of makes me wonder if I overlooked a chest in this house. I did. Just let those cook. I feel like these houses used to have chests in them too. I feel like I'm getting ripped off by this village. If I'm honest, there's not much here. Okay, I shouldn't complain actually, because getting the whatever you call it is very helpful. And an extra bundle. Can't go wrong with that. Keep some uncooked potatoes because we don't have those back home. Okay, now we're safe to adventure some more, even though it's turning to night, so let's wait. There's no bed in this place? Jeez. Fine, I'll go sleep in this house. Okay. Sorry, dude. I need your bed. Get up. I need it. Okay. Oh. Was I gonna make a compass? Oh, I talked about it. Probably should. Hey, sorry about this. I'm going to need to disassemble part of your house for a second. It's okay. I'm going to put this back in its place. Okay. It's not the way I would have gone. Actually, I could use this to be really smart and triangulate. Because if home is that way, it's that way regardless of if you go through the nether or whatever. So if I were to go back out into the ice thing, I could kind of draw an opposite line from here. And that should more or less put me directly on the line to where the little thing that I could go under the water is. But, counterpoint, going overland, I might find some other resources that I might need along the way. Like I said, the rose bush in the sunflower, because I do need those. Although it does appear that I'm going to be going through snow biomes the whole way. Anyway, can't hurt. Can't hurt to go overland. It'll just take longer. But I got plenty of food, so. Got plenty of food now, anyway. Is that another village? Or is that just a weird looking blob of dirt? It is another village. Probably does not have anything I need. But you gotta check, you know? How can you not check? Especially with a fancy double doors. Another library. Got nothing in your barrels, dude. Oh, this isn't a library. This is one of those dumb buildings. Okay, I went in there. Just navigating this place is a nightmare. Nope, trash. Just trash in these places. I don't know why I'm gathering these bundles like they're rare. They're literally like one piece of leather and one piece of string to make. Oh god, don't fall into a deep hole. Okay, I'm going to just narrate what is happening so I can continue to practice voice training intentionally. I have not been doing a good job of it, really. And it is... Anyway, whatever, I just have to keep talking. It is kind of stressful to try and present your voice in a different way. Like, immediately my initial thought is that people are going to be like, why are you changing your voice? Or doing something like that. And I don't even necessarily know if I'm quote-unquote like properly feminizing my voice, although that is a step that apparently comes later. Don't read into anything I'm saying. I'm literally just talking so that I can keep talking. But it's very fascinating, and there's a lot about resonance in the shape of your throat that you're supposed to be thinking about, which is what I'm focusing on right now, which gives it a higher tone, but I'm also supposed to avoid kind of like the buzzy bottom register of even that. So it's about thinking about the resonance, but also thinking about bright tone and whatever else I'm supposed to be thinking about, because I'm literally just filling the air with words right now. I am excited to know what a feminized voice coming from me would look like, and I feel like I can catch glimpses of it every now and then. in a way that I hope is not just like pitching up. They say, you shouldn't just be worried about pitching up the voice. There's more to it than that. So, yeah. In any case, there are exercises you can do, and I'm probably too embarrassed to do them on stream, even though there's nobody here right now. Somebody could come back and watch it later, and I would be like horribly embarrassed to have it out there. But yeah, there's little phrases that you can say. I don't even know why this is the phrase, but apparently the phrase "heat from fire, fire from heat" is like a recurring like voice training phrase. I guess because it gets you to make certain sounds that you can tell if they are working or not. I guess. But it's supposed to sound like even higher than I was doing it just now. It's supposed to be like it's so embarrassing. It's like I know how to do it, but I'm so embarrassed to do it like on a recording, which is the point of this. It's part of the point of me even streaming this in the first place. Oh, good Lord, there's another village. Don't need that sugarcane. So if I were to say like heat from fire, fire from heat. Heat from fire, fire from heat. That's the phrase. And I guess that just helps you like get into the space. Maybe that's the purpose of it. It's funny when you come into something like voice training and you don't know where you're starting off, but you find some sort of content or guidance. I still need to look into all the things that Pepper sent me. But to even know if you're doing it quote unquote right. And you kind of miss like the steps along the way that teach you like why you're doing those things, which is reportedly very important. And there's also, it's apparently also not about like developing like muscular strength to do these specific things. It's about getting practiced with like activating your voice in the way that you want it to be to get the sound out of it that you want. So it's more about, you do have a little bit of like vocal whatever that you need to activate the musculature of your throat and muscles and everything, but reportedly like if you can already sing, you're reportedly like already most of the way there to being able to do voice control and to control the gender markers of your voice, I think is what they call them. So you just keep doing it, and you just keep doing it, and then after you've kept doing it, you just keep doing it. Do I have beetroot seeds at home? I think I do, but I'll take them anyway. That was not fun. So, if I say heat from fire, fire from heat, that is going to help me lock in the tone and the brightness that I'm looking for. I can tell that it works because it's helping me get back to that space easier, whereas sometimes it's hard to find like what you're supposed to be doing. And then there's all sorts of other things to think about, apparently. Like once you get good at like what I'm doing right now is about I don't know if it's the right term, but like constricting the resonance to make a higher pitch, just like a container. If you hit on a container, it has a natural sound to it, and you can open or close your throat in different ways through doing this that create different sounds. So the sound that gets pushed out of your larynx, your vocal cords or whatever, is going to be affected by the shape of the container that sound is moved through. So that's what I'm working on right now. It feels almost, it's such a strange feeling because the word that I think of is like back. It feels like it's at the back of my throat, and I'm using like a different space, and I'm not using the full range of my vocal cords, which is of course exactly what I should be doing. But I don't think there's really a way to do it wrong. Like you can't like screw yourself up or whatever. So it's just a matter of keeping on. Is that yet another village? No, that's my house. Look at that. It took me by surprise. Cool. But yeah, you can apparently just pitch up your voice even in a more open way, and it just makes it higher, but doesn't actually do anything with like the tone or the brightness. And apparently that's not what you're supposed to do. So you're also not supposed to use your falsetto voice, because that's not actually doing what you need it to, kind of a thing. I don't know. So much to think about. Point of this is, though, to just keep talking and keep practicing and see what comes out. And I don't know. I have a doctor's appointment on Wednesday. I'm so scared. I'm so scared. I'm going to see a doctor for the first time and ask them about gender affirming care, or whatever phrase I need to use to get my needs met. And it's intimidating. I don't know if they'll be supportive or not, even though I tried to research them ahead of time. Oh, I'm quite tired. Maybe I'll take a nap before I go to work. That sounds lovely. That sounds lovely. Alright, we'll drop off our inventory. I think there was slime in one of these. There it is. Look at all that blue ice we have now. But also there's internal voice, right? As you're doing this, that as you hear your voice coming out differently, it like, of course, because this is how things work, like the internal voice is like, you're a fraud. Like you're just pretending to be something you're not, because the inner voice can be really nasty sometimes. So it takes, I'll say this, if anybody's ever listening to this in the future and you're working on voice training, or you're going through your own, trans journey, be gentle with yourself. It's really easy to be hard on yourself, and it doesn't really help. And it's okay for you to be who you feel like you are. I'm saying this to myself as much as I am to anybody else. I think something like this would be like hard enough even if people were kind and understanding, but then there's always that fear of like judgment, or I don't know if retribution's the right word, but just the fear that somebody's gonna hurt you emotionally or otherwise. And it's not fun, and nobody wants to face that. So anyway, hope everybody's out there taking care of themselves. I don't know what else to say about that. But it is really, really challenging to do this. So I am pushing myself because I want to get to a different place. And even that is scary. Because what does it mean to even want to be in a different place? What does it mean to even want to like present differently, or look differently, or sound differently? And these are all questions that people who are exploring their genders have to answer, and it's not easy. And I have so much love and care and respect for anybody who's, facing these challenges head on. It's a lot. I'm proud of you. And by extension, therefore, I am proud of me. So, I didn't really build anything today, like at all. We did start to clear out though the blaze spawner farmer area, so we can continue to work on that some other day. I am getting a little exhausted, so I think I'm going to rest a little bit before I get ready for the second job today. I'm going to go be kind and gentle to myself. I hope that you are able to do the same. I hope that, I don't know, all the things I've already said. I'm just repeating myself at this point. But we will call it there. There might even be somebody for me to raid today. So we'll take a look. I know Nick was streaming earlier. And if you haven't had a chance to go into Nick's streams, he's a friend of a friend, and therefore a friend. And it looks like he wrapped up, so nobody's streaming right now. But in the future, he just makes these really cool ambient guitar tracks. And he's a pretty chill guy to hang out with and talk to. So Can't go wrong with that. I'll close that window. I guess I should switch over here so I can say goodbye properly. With that said, have a great rest of your day. It's a Friday, so you're heading into the weekend. I hope you enjoy it. I will try to enjoy mine while I'm working, and hopefully it doesn't exert me too much physically. But I love you all. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you again on London Station. Bye.